become successful, our first thought usually is, how am I going to obtain $10,000 in a month? You know, in our everyday life, there are frequencies being sent and received from all living beings. Let's place this into another perspective. Should your son or daughter come to you and ask for new uniforms for their team to play soccer? Our first immediate thought usually is, okay, I earn this much and I have these bills to pay. How in the heck am I going to pay for these uniforms? Now, we have a tendency to think of only in the present. We don't see the eventful goal being achieved, much less the door that leads to it. Now, I think if you have faith, all you do is imagine what you desire and ask God for it, right? You don't know how God is going to make your desires reality. You just have faith and you ask Him. It doesn't matter that right now the frequency of your mind is incapable of seeing how to or even the goal come into volition. All we think about is how we're going to earn $10,000, especially if there is a possibility that I could be laid off from work in the next weeks to come. We don't think the very same action of being laid off is what's going to lead to one path that takes you to another that gets us to the $10,000 a month we desire. Now, one positive thought will lead us to another positive thought, and then a positive feeling, and then a positive event to another positive event. When you ask for something, don't you also think about that very same thing? And most importantly, you begin to have faith. Faith that it will become possible without even knowing how. Regardless of not knowing how, we still make a decision to go down that path, down a new path, a positive path. And little by little, because you made that very same decision 20 footsteps ago, all the things that you asked for become reality. You begin to obtain things that you previously never knew existed. Some think of it to be magic or a miracle. But that is something our mothers have told us since the beginning of our lives. But we just fail to understand it. Those golden rules like attracts like, birds of a feather flock together. Now, let me tell you, man, mommy was up to something. That is the very same reason she is living at the top of a hill in Puerto Rico right now, overlooking the beach by the bay, in her own home, on her own land, with her own livestock, and her own vehicle. Now, I've managed to change my thoughts from the how will I make $10,000 a month to yes, I will. Think that you will and give thanks as if you already have, and that there's a possibility that it may not come like you desired, but it does come. The rich understood this very same thing. They don't think of the how. Like Donald Trump. Do you think he makes a decision and he thinks, how am I going to make it happen? He doesn't care. He doesn't care how grand or minute it is. Now, we should think of the grander things that at this very moment we see as impossible, but have faith that is achievable. President Kennedy said, we are going to the moon. He didn't know how. He just made the decision that he was going to do it. Make a decision that you will make it happen. And the how will come. That's the difference between Larry Bird, Pistol Pete, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or LeBron James. What do you think the difference between them and any other basketball player? They all played with the feeling within themselves that they would win. Think of things and those things become reality. The important factor isn't in just thinking of what you want or that it will occur in the future. Begin to think how it would feel to wake up late on Monday, knowing that you control your own schedule. Think of how it feels to know every day is like Friday. Think of how it feels to know you don't have to wait for your 2 weeks vacation time to actually go on vacation. Feel it in the morning when you wake up. Feel it in the afternoon. Feel it when you go to bed at night. If you think of the negative in your life, that is exactly what you will bring into your life. I'm telling you, there's my mother again. She's telling me, don't let the devil in your house. It starts as just a thought and then it becomes reality. If you think of what I want, like I want a mate that doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, and respects me. Yet knowing when you thought that the universe only heard smoke, drink, and disrespect. Think those thoughts, and the universe will bring exactly that to you. Everything you manifested in your mind, the truth is, the majority thinks of what they don't want, not knowing that they're attracting all that is wrong in their life. Thinking of what's wrong in your life is keeping you in stagnant waters right now. The law of attraction doesn't care if you like or don't like, or if you want or don't want, only responds to your thoughts. You are the Michelangelo of your own life. You control your own actions and your own thoughts. No one else does. Once we realize this, we empower ourselves to bring about change. We all know you're a great person, that you can achieve great things. Let's no longer let the actions of others dictate who we are as a person. Before, we walk this earth thinking of what's wrong in our lives. How are we going to fix it? How to turn around our luck? What's the secret? Heck, even I thought the same. You have to feel what it is to be rich, to be happy, to have time for your children, to have the option to make your own schedule. Thoughts become things. If you want what Maria has, think like Maria. If you want what Michael has, think like Michael. If you want what Ashley has, think like Ashley. If you want what Jose Bonilla has, think like Jose Bonilla. If you can imagine it, you can attain it. In just a few words, the secret becomes like